Alright, relax. So let's calm down the music. Guys, I know I'm late with this, and I apologize if y'all already summoned, but I still want to do this video because I'm trying to get back into making videos. I have a lot of ideas, and let's just get right into it. First off, this banner is actually quite amazing. I do feel like it has the power scaling of a 1000-year Blood War banner. That being said, guys, Apache is mainly for guild quests, okay? She's an amazing unit, but she's mainly for guild quests, and the reason that I bring this up is because a lot of people are summoning her specifically to clear guild quests, which I think should be something that most people should be able to clear without having to go out of their way to summon for specific units. That also being said, if Swimsuit is this hype this year around, Anniversary is going to be crazy. Absolutely crazy. So should you summon on this banner? Honestly, if you actually want these characters, my recommendation is wait for October to come around, allocate the orbs that you want to use on this double chance banner, and save it for October, okay? Definitely don't go past step 6. If you want to do step 6, fine, but just save your orbs, guys. Anniversary should be hype, and Anniversary should have a lot of good selection. Now, I apologize for the green screen. I decided to turn it off because, like, honestly, I've recorded maybe like 5 to 6 videos. Honestly, they're not coming out today, but like I just have a lot of videos lined up. I have a lot of ideas. So, going into Apache. Straight up, she's an Arankar with an Espada killer, which means she's going to be really good for guild quests because she's also type neutral. Strong attack recharge 12%. Give your immune system a real boost with Chungkwanjang's every time Korean red ginseng extract stick. Do they eat this? Why aren't there any Koreans in the... Whatever. Let's just use the grandma and the grandchildren, bro. Okay. Berserker 40%. Along with Frenzy and Havoc 20%. That's really strong. Sprinter +1, along with Weakened Defense on the special, meaning you're going to be dealing so much damage with Weakened Defense and Devastation +60%. Sprinter +1, Weakened Immunity. Like, overall, she's just an excellent character, and her kit just is exemplified in Guild Quest. First off, she has the standard, quote-unquote, beam that a lot of people love, except with a twist. Here, we lowered the range of it and increase the width, which means that you're actually going to be able to spread into all the main ads, the main enemies that you're trying to kill that isn't necessarily the boss, because as you know, or at least those that have played Guild Quest for Captain Week and Espada Week, it's really toxic, because you're using characters with Espada and Captain Killer, but you're not using characters with a Arankar or Soul Reaper Killer, usually, if you're trying to go for like the highest score or whatever. Though, personally, I do use Candice for Espada Week, simply because she actually helps take care of the ads. I still haven't been able to clear it, but to be fair, I haven't really put in maximum effort because I really can't be bothered with resetting over and over again. Strong Attack 2 is 960 radius, along with a full screen third Strong Attack with 1200 radius due to Havoc 20%. Overall, she hits like a truck, and yeah, she's really strong. Along with heal on her special move means that you actually heal up your NAD teammates. Keep in mind, Espada Week is usually very... That's what I'm looking for. It's a very grueling guild quest. It lasts a very long time, and the enemies deal a lot of damage. So honestly, her having heal here means that you can go into the final boss usually pretty refreshed, which is good. Alright, and going into going into Halibel in hopefully more ways than one. Arankar Espada with an Arankar killer. She is the only flurry melee NAD unit for Arankars, and since she is a speed unit, she's actually very good for Arankar weak. A normal attack damage of 25%, along with a bruiser of 40%, right, means that you have a bruiser of 65%, so if you can run her with like Can For Your Own World Halibel in Guild Quest, she's going to be insane. And honestly, this character hits like a truck. She has flurry, she has poise, she has weakened immunity for the enemies, which is actually not necessarily... No, I'm trying to think if there's any weakened enemies for Arankars, and I don't believe there are. That being said, like, obviously weakened immunity was given for the Grimjaw raid because he does cause weakening, and like every single one of these characters were given a weakened immunity, which I feel like is a wasted skill. It could have been hit hidden enemies and she'd be insane, or a guard break. Oh my god, like Now, keep in mind, she does have a Rancor killer, so there's no melee guard enemies, but when you bring her into IZ, you're gonna inevitably face some melee guard enemies. So her having a Berserker 50% means that you could also build her hybrid. She has a devastation of 40%, which is actually pretty good, considering that she's not an SP-based unit. Most of these guys get like 20-30%, and if they do get 40%, they don't really come with a Berserker 50%. Nowadays they do, but back in the day they didn't. So I gotta make note of that. Sprinter +1, and obviously her nat string is nothing really too special. Just a regular 150, 150, 150, and then AoE. 375 radius because she doesn't have long reach, but the AoE around on the last nat hit means that you can protect yourself quite a little bit. She does have the 2500 range beam for her first strong attack. Her second strong attack is like a mini vacuum into lunge, which is quite interesting. I actually really like it, especially for this type of character, because she can get right into the enemy's face. And then her strong attack 3 is just a standard full screen third strong attack, nothing to hate on that. And yeah, I mean, overall she's just a really good character, and she's really good to look at. I mean, she's really good character. Okay, and of course, going into Nemu, in my opinion, probably the best in the banner. Candice, she's a power Candice. The only difference between her and Candice is she gets Sprinter +1 and weakened immunity instead of Sprinter +2. Like, she literally has almost everything is exactly the same. So Berserker 20% along with Frenzy, a Bruiser of 20%, Debilitator +5 seconds, Devastation of 40%, so she's going to be hitting pretty hard. And then obviously with the Sprinter +1 and Paralysis on all of her attacks, and she literally has the exact same kit. She has the lunge for a strong attack, the 960 radius AoE in front, and then strong attack 1200. I do think she's the best in the banner. I don't think it's like a huge stretch margin or whatever, but I do think she's best in the banner. And that's crazy to say, because I do feel like this banner is so strong that saying one character is the worst just does us disservice to that character as a whole, because this banner is really high powered. Now, going into the actual banner itself, let's start with the main banner and then go into the individuals. Boom. Let's see. Okay, so 6% chance, individuals. Okay. Virtual, yeah, bro, I swear to God, these ads, Google is selling ads to everybody. They don't care. I'm waiting for like Dragon Little, like, just to show up in my feed, bro. I'm telling you. All right, so going into it, as you can see here, you do have Kukaku, Swimsuit Orihime, who's good for Chronicle Quest, Yoruichi, who might be good for No Affiliation Week whenever that comes around, Yoruichi, Jackie, Raruka, Rengoku, Mashiro, and Irrelevant. So honestly, the characters here that are actually like good to pull, I do think is still this Yoruichi. Getting multiple copies of her is not bad. I was annoyed because I did pull 2 extra copies of her, but at the end of the day, that's a strong attack recharge 14 link for Heart, which is really good. So even if you get one 5 out of 5 with level 3 SP as the Transcendence slot, getting more copies of her isn't the worst thing. Like, it could be bad. It could be like having a 5 of 5 Jackie and then pulling even more of her, or Raruka, because like they're not enhanced links. Well, I mean, actually Jackie is an enhanced strong attack damage link, but no one really uses strong attack damage links. Rengoku, she's kind of dead in the water now thanks to the revamp of Guild Quest. You don't really need Havoc Vortex units, and Hiyori's bad. Mashiro's still a good booster for Hollow Killer week, which is not necessarily the worst thing if you actually need it. She has literally no range on her strong attack, so that does hurt her. But this banner as a whole is not necessarily bad. I do think that Kukaku has her place, or Hime has her place with Chronicle Quest. Yoruichi will have her place eventually. I don't think that Yoruichi is good. I just think that she will make some good use in No Affiliation Week for Guild Quest. I think that Kukaku isn't a Rancor killer. I'm like 95% sure about that. She's actually not too shabby. I don't think she's good. I just think she's I think she's serviceable. Let me stop. Okay, so, and yeah, and the main banner is just amazing. So honestly, I would recommend saving your orbs and waiting for the individual for whatever individual you're actually looking for. Apache's individual is not necessarily too bad. She has the Tech Lisa, Mine Nell, which is good for Senkaimon, Mine Halibel, who's okay, and Tag Team Makaku, who's good for rubbing his forehead. That's about it in terms of her banner. I do think her banner is actually probably the worst one of them, to be honest. I don't think it's bad. A lot of people were like shitting on it, but like, Lisa is a relatively new character. Chances of you having her 5/5 is really low. Mine Nell, like I said, Senkaimon. And then Ikaku, he's a full stamina damage boost 20% link. So when you're trying to like deal NAD damage, or you're trying to like burst through Guild Quest, he's not a bad option. I actually use him for no, I don't use him for my Halibel. but I would like to test him on my Halibel eventually. Going into Nemu's banner, as you can see here, she probably has the best banner to go in on. She has Tag Team Omaida, who has Soul Reaper and Captain Killer, which means he's good for one of the stages in Senkaimon. He just makes life easy for you when it comes to like taking down captains that aren't hollows as well. Soifon, she's okay. Luffy's okay, but Mind Koga is probably one of my favorite units in the entire game. He has crazy good range. The beam for a strong attack, 960 AoE, and then the 975 with Havoc 20%, making it like 1170 or something like that for his third strong attack. He's really good, and he's also a Mind Hollow Killer for range, which there's not many good range Hollow Killers, if I remember correctly. Let me actually check 100% before I don't want to give misinformation. So if I go to range and I go to Hollow Killer, yeah, there's not really too crazy stuff for range hollow. Like you have Rukia, you have Koga. Aizen's pretty good because he resets his cooldowns if you're running him in the front. Halibel's okay. No. I'll roast him until he dies. Okay, and going into Halibel's banner, I think her banner is actually really good as well, because you do have the Mindy Sane, who's relatively new. She came out in November. You have Tesla, who's useful in Tower of a Path of Valor. However, if they come out with a new hard tower, he might be dead in the water. That's going to be a wait and see, honestly. And Tag Team Toshiro is still good. And Orihime, she's actually a really good auto unit. I don't think she's really too crazy. I'm trying to remember exactly her kit. I know that she's a NAD unit. A damage inflicted at full stamina, 20%. Soul Reaper Killer, along with a barrier second strong attack. First one is range collision, pushback attack. 575 is the barrier. And then her full screen third strong attack. Okay, so she's not bad. And she's a ranged NAD character, and she's pretty good at protecting herself when it comes down to autoing IZ and stuff like that. Though I feel like single player IZ is kind of dead in the water now, thanks to Raruka and making co-op IZ so much easier. And I mean, her art is really nice to look at. Like if we just do this. Oh, it accidentally downloaded. Whatever, I'm not complaining. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. That's some thick mama. Okay. And I mean, that's pretty much it for this banner. I don't think that this banner is bad. I do think that, honestly, if you're going to summon on a banner, I feel bad for those that didn't wait just a little bit, because this banner is actually really good. Boom. Okay. Yeah, so first off, this banner is coming back with 9 characters instead of 12, and the value of it is just a standard step-up summons banner instead of their weird off-the-wall 1000-year Blood War format where it's like 3% for the first 3 steps and then you're guaranteed a 5-star at step 5. I don't like that format, but this is actually pretty good. So if we do all the steps on here, just click, Senju 1 Senjumaru, 2 Kirios, no Kirinjis unfortunately, but yeah, I mean, like, honestly, like, going to step 10 on this banner, oh, step 11, ew, don't ever do step 11, going, like, if you're gonna plan to, if you want Kirinji and Senjumaru and you have the orbs, honestly, I would definitely recommend doing the first step at least, and if you go to step 5, maybe do step 6. I would never recommend going to step 10 unless you're a whale, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I guess I will leave it at that. You know, guys, grind, catch up, stay blessed. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope this was somewhat informative. Let me know in the comments below if this swayed your decision, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.